Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you work, wealth always seems just out of reach? Maybe you've tried everything, saving, budgeting, even taking risks, but the financial freedom you dream of still feels like a distant goal. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. What if I told you that the secret to attracting unlimited wealth isn't about working harder or chasing every opportunity, but about a simple shift in the way you think? There's a powerful technique, known to only a few, that can completely transform your relationship with money and your ability to attract abundance. And the best part? It's not complicated, it doesn't cost a thing, and you can start using it today. This technique isn't some wishful thinking or empty promise. It's backed by principles that have been used by some of the most successful people in the world to manifest wealth and prosperity. The problem is, most people either don't know about it, or they dismiss it as too simple to work. But trust me, when you understand how to use this method correctly, the results can be life-changing. In this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly what this technique is, why it works, and how you can start using it to unlock the financial abundance you've been waiting for. So stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll have a clear, actionable plan to reprogram your mind for unlimited wealth. And if you think this is just another mindset trick, think again. This is about reshaping the way you think, feel, and act so that you naturally attract money and opportunities into your life. Now, before we dive in, I want you to take a moment to imagine what your life would look like if money was no longer a constant worry. Picture the freedom to live on your terms, the ability to take care of your loved ones, and the confidence that comes with financial security. That vision isn't just a dream. It's a goal you can achieve, starting today. Let's begin. What you may not yet know is that the biggest factor that controls your wealth is not something external, such as the economy, your profession, or even your education. It is inside you. Believe it or not, it's your mind, or, more specifically, the deep beliefs you carry about money and abundance. From an early age, we have all been conditioned to think a certain way about money. Phrases like, money doesn't grow on trees, or you need to work really hard to achieve something in life, are repeated so many times that they become part of our mental programming. And this programming directly affects the results you have today. Think about it. What do you believe about money in the back of your mind? Do you think it's hard to win? That rich people are greedy, or that having a lot of money is something unattainable for you? If these beliefs are rooted in your subconscious, they create blocks that sabotage your chances of attracting the wealth you deserve. And the most interesting thing is that this happens without you realizing it. Your mind works like a magnet. She attracts what is in tune with her deepest beliefs. If you believe that money is scarce, your reality will reflect this. You will see difficulties, unexpected bills, and financial obstacles everywhere. On the other hand, if you begin to reprogram your beliefs to see money as something that naturally flows to you, that will be the new reality your mind will begin to create. And it's not magic or something mystical, it's science. Your brain has a mechanism called the reticular activating system. It is what filters everything you see, hear, and feel in the world around you. When you program your mind to seek abundance, your brain automatically begins to notice opportunities that were previously invisible. It's like adjusting the focus of a camera. Suddenly, everything that seemed out of reach starts to line up. Now, imagine the impact of this on your life. You're not just changing the way you think about money. You are creating a new mental pattern that will attract wealth to you in ways you may never have considered possible. This hidden force, this mental programming, is the real secret that separates those who succeed in thriving from those who remain trapped in cycles of scarcity. And the best part of all is that once you understand and master it, no one can take it away from you. Now that you understand that your mind is the key to attracting wealth, it's time to learn about a powerful technique that few people know how to use correctly. This technique is called the wealth programming method, and it is the perfect combination of visualization, affirmations, and emotion. You may have already heard of visualization, but what I'm going to share here goes far beyond simply imagining what you want. For this technique to work, you need to engage all aspects of your subconscious, and that's exactly what we're going to do. It works like this. Every day, preferably in the morning, you will dedicate 10 to 15 minutes to a very simple process. First, sit in a quiet place, close your eyes, and begin to visualize the life you want to have. Don't limit yourself to thinking in numbers or figures. Imagine in great detail what your life would be like if you had already achieved financial freedom. Where would you be living? What would your routine be like? What kind of experiences would you be having? Visualize the car you would like to drive, the trips you would take, and even the little everyday things, like waking up without financial worries and feeling the peace of mind of being in control of your life. But here's the key point. As you visualize, you need to emotionally connect with these images. It's not enough to just see these things in your mind. You need to feel who already have them. Feel the joy, gratitude, and confidence of having already reached this level of abundance. Your subconscious doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality, so by associating these emotions with your visualization, you begin to reprogram it to believe that this life is yours. The second step of the method is to combine this visualization with powerful affirmations. While visualizing, begin repeating phrases that reinforce this new reality. For example, say to yourself, "I am a wealth magnet. Money flows to me from expected and unexpected sources," or "Abundance is my natural state." These statements need to be said with conviction and felt deeply. Don't just say it for the sake of it. You need to believe them as if they were already true. Now, why does this technique work? The secret is what happens to your brain when you combine visualization, emotion, and affirmations. First, your mind begins to create new neural connections based on what you are visualizing. These connections, over time, begin to change the way you think and act. And that's where the magic happens. When you deeply believe that you are capable of attracting wealth, your posture changes, your decisions become more aligned with prosperity, and you begin to notice opportunities that were previously hidden. Furthermore, by repeating these practices daily, you begin to alter your reticular activation system, that mechanism in the brain that filters your experiences. When you program your mind to see abundance, it begins to look for evidence of it in your everyday life. Maybe you notice a new business idea, an opportunity you never considered before, or even people who can help you get to where you want. And when this starts to happen, you will no longer doubt that this technique really works. The most important part, however, is consistency. Many people try visualizing and repeating affirmations for a few days, but give up before seeing results. Remember, your mind has been programmed over years to think about scarcity. It's natural that you need a little time to reprogram it for abundance. But if you commit to doing this every day, even for just a few minutes, you'll be surprised at how quickly things start to change. This technique is not just about dreaming. It's about planting the seeds of wealth in your mind, watering them every day with intention and emotion, and watching your reality change before your eyes. You already have everything you need to get started. Now, it's up to you to take the first step. If I told you that what really controls your wealth is not the external conditions of your life, but something that happens inside your mind, would you believe me? The truth is that the basis of everything you attract, or fail to attract, is directly linked to your deepest beliefs about money and prosperity. From a young age, we are bombarded by ideas about wealth. Hearing phrases like, "money is the root of all evil," or "only greedy people are rich," takes root in our minds, often without us realizing it. These beliefs end up shaping what you think is possible, and even worse, they define the limits of your financial life before you even try to exceed them. You see, the human mind is incredibly powerful, but it works like a kind of computer. It runs the program that has been installed over the years. And for many of us, this show is full of messages of scarcity, like "money is hard to make" or "I'll never have enough." The problem is that these thoughts end up becoming self-fulfilling prophecies. When you believe that money is scarce or inaccessible, you unconsciously create barriers that hinder the flow of prosperity in your life. But the good news is that there is a hidden force, deeply rooted in your subconscious, that can be reprogrammed to change this. The key is to understand that what you think and feel about money creates the environment where your wealth grows, or where it is stifled. If you believe, for example, that money always escapes you or that life is made up of financial difficulties, your brain starts looking for evidence to confirm these beliefs. It's like you're looking at the world through a filter of scarcity. Even when an opportunity appears, you don't notice it or doubt your ability to take advantage of it. Now, what makes this force so powerful is that it works behind the scenes, even when you're not aware of it. But it also means that by changing these beliefs, you can literally transform your reality. Imagine that your mind is like a financial thermostat. If it is set to scarcity, no matter how much money comes into your life, you will always find a way to lose it or waste it. But when you set that thermostat to abundance, your reality begins to align with this new frequency. Suddenly, the right ideas emerge, connections appear, and even the unexpected starts working in your favor. And this is not just a theory. Science proves that the human brain has an incredible capacity for adaptation. When you alter your beliefs, you literally create new neural pathways. These pathways help shape what you see, how you act, and how you react to the world around you. In other words, what once seemed impossible begins to seem natural, and decisions that once seemed risky begin to be seen as clear opportunities. Therefore, understanding and mastering this hidden force is essential. It's not just about thinking positive or hoping for miracles. It's about training your mind to work for you, to attract wealth consistently, and to recognize that prosperity isn't just for a lucky few. It is available to everyone, including you. The question is, are you willing to reprogram your mind to see this? The time has come to share with you the technique that few people know about, but that can completely transform the way you attract wealth. This technique is called the Wealth Programming Method, and what makes it so powerful is the fact that it combines three essential elements: visualization, affirmations, and emotion. Most people have heard about visualizing goals or repeating positive phrases, but almost no one knows how to integrate these practices effectively, creating a profound impact on the subconscious. And that's exactly what I'm going to teach you now. The method starts with visualization, but in a much more specific and powerful way than most people do. Every day, preferably as soon as you wake up, you will take 10 minutes to close your eyes and imagine, in as much detail as possible, the life you want to have. But here's the secret. You won't just see this life. You will imagine yourself already living this reality. For example, instead of just visualizing a sum of money in your bank account, see yourself using that money. Imagine walking into your dream home, paying your bills with ease, or helping others without worry. Imagine the car you drive, the trips you take, the restaurants where you dine. The more specific you are, the stronger the impact of this visualization. The second component of the technique is repeating powerful affirmations while you visualize. Most people think that repeating positive phrases is mechanical, but here's the secret. Affirmations only really work when they are accompanied by emotion. So as you visualize, say to yourself phrases like, "I am worthy of wealth," "Money flows to me easily and abundantly," or "I attract incredible opportunities every day." But don't say these sentences as if you were just reading a text. Say it as if you were already living this reality. Feel the confidence, gratitude, and even excitement of knowing this is true for you. Now, you may be wondering, why does this technique work? What happens is that by combining visualization, emotion, and affirmations, you are literally reprogramming your subconscious. Your brain doesn't know the difference between something you're imagining and something that's happening in reality. So, when you imagine yourself living a life of abundance and feel the emotions of that reality, your brain begins to create new neural patterns. It's as if he begins to believe that this life is already his, and over time, he adjusts his actions, thoughts, and behaviors to align his reality with this new programming. Additionally, this technique activates a part of the brain called the reticular activating system. It works like a filter, helping you notice opportunities and solutions that previously went unnoticed. For example, let's say you are envisioning receiving a great professional opportunity. After a few days of practicing this technique, you may find that a seemingly casual conversation with someone opens doors you had never considered. Or maybe you have a brilliant idea for a business that has always been within your reach, but that you never saw as a real possibility. The third essential element of this method is consistency. This technique is not something you do once and expect miraculous results. Your mind has been programmed for years to work a certain way, so it will take some time to reprogram it. But with daily practice, you will begin to notice subtle changes in your behavior and, more importantly, in the results you attract into your life. The most amazing part of this method is that it does not require any external resources. You don't need money, tools, or anyone's approval to get started. All you need is the commitment to dedicate a few minutes of your day to this practice. And what do you get in return? a mind programmed to attract wealth and a life aligned with the abundance you desire. From now on, you have the tool in your hands. The next step is up to you. The reason most people fail to attract wealth has nothing to do with a lack of opportunity, talent, or resources. In fact, the problem lies in the way they think and, more importantly, in what they believe is possible for themselves. From an early age, we are taught to see money as something difficult to achieve, something that only belongs to a select group of people. Phrases like "I wasn't born to be rich" or "life is a constant struggle" end up becoming internal truths that shape the choices, behaviors, and even the opportunities that these people can see. What many don't realize is that these beliefs act as an invisible boundary. It's like trying to fill a glass with a hole in the bottom. No matter how hard you try or work, if your mind is programmed to believe in scarcity, you will never be able to maintain or attract the wealth you desire. And unfortunately, most people don't even know they are carrying these beliefs. They think the problem is outside of them, in the economy, in the government, or in their life circumstances, when, in fact, the blockage is within. Another big reason for failure to attract wealth is lack of consistency. Many people start working on the abundance mindset, try a few techniques, and when results don't appear immediately, they give up. They don't understand that it took them years to absorb the scarcity mindset and that changing it takes time, practice, and patience. It is necessary to continually reprogram the mind. But most people give up before reaching the moment when change really starts to happen. Ultimately, many people fail to attract wealth because they underestimate the power of their own emotions. They spend their days feeding feelings of fear, anxiety, and worry, which end up reinforcing scarcity. What they don't know is that these negative emotions are signaling to the subconscious that money is something difficult, distant, or even impossible to achieve. And the subconscious, which controls most decisions and behaviors, simply follows this command. But the truth is that this can be changed. Scarcity is not a permanent sentence, and you don't need to spend the rest of your life stuck in these limiting patterns. The first step is to become aware of these beliefs and behaviors and, from there, begin to replace them with practices that nurture an abundance mindset. When you understand this, you will see that wealth has never been beyond your reach. Few people understand the true power of gratitude when it comes to attracting wealth. It's not just about saying thank you every now and then, but about creating a constant mental state of appreciation, which literally transforms the way you perceive and attract money into your life. Gratitude is not just a beautiful feeling. It is a magnetic force that attracts more of what you value. When you recognize and be grateful for what you already have, no matter how small it may seem, you send a clear signal to the universe, or your subconscious, if you prefer to think of it that way, that you are ready to receive more. Think about this. If you are constantly focused on what is missing, what you haven't achieved yet, what you are really doing is reinforcing the idea of scarcity. Your focus is on what you don't have, and that's exactly what your mind keeps projecting into your reality. On the other hand, when you practice gratitude, you completely change this dynamic. You start to focus on what is positive, on what is already flowing in your life. And this, in itself, multiplies your ability to attract more. Additionally, gratitude has a direct impact on your emotional energy. When you feel grateful, you raise your vibration. It's impossible to feel gratitude and scarcity at the same time. The state of gratitude creates a feeling of fulfillment, as if you are already living in abundance, even before achieving your biggest goals. And this emotion has the power to rewire your brain, helping you notice opportunities, connections, and solutions that were previously off your radar. A simple but incredibly powerful practice is to start every day by writing or thinking about 3 things you are grateful for. It doesn't have to be something big. It could be the comfort of your home, the food on your table, or even the chance to learn something new today. The more you practice this, the more you train your mind to find the good in your life. And the more you recognize these things, the more they grow. Gratitude is the starting point for true prosperity. It not only transforms the way you feel, but it also paves the way for wealth to flow to you in ways you may never have imagined. Now, let me tell you some real stories of people who have applied these techniques and completely transformed their financial lives. These are examples that show that, regardless of where you start, it is possible to reprogram your mind and attract wealth in ways you may never have imagined. The first story is about a woman named Sarah. She was a single mother, full of debt, working long hours at a job that barely paid her bills. For years, Sarah believed that wealth was something reserved for others, that she would never have the chance to get out of that situation. But one day, after hearing about the idea of mental reprogramming, she decided to give it a try, even though she was skeptical. Sarah began practicing visualization every day, imagining herself living a life free of debt, with financial stability and the freedom to care for her son. She repeated affirmations like, "I am worthy of prosperity and abundance flows to me easily." And if you've ever wondered why some people make a lot of money easily, while you, even with so much sacrifice, study, and dedication, can't prosper, if you want to discover the secrets that helped me unlock my mind and go from debt to millionaire in less than 1 year, I have something amazing for you. In my new book, Rich Mind, I'm going to show you that getting rich is easy and that what's really difficult is convincing yourself of it. If you want to put an end, once and for all, to your hidden enemies who sabotage your success and unlock your mind to make money towards the life you deserve, I will leave the official link for you to download the Rich Mind ebook here in the description and in the first comment pinned to this video. Dare to think differently. Let's continue. At first, she felt like nothing was happening, but she kept her commitment. After a few weeks, Sarah began to notice changes. She had a simple but powerful business idea, offering personal organization services to local families, something she had never thought about before, but now seemed obvious. In less than a year, Sarah's business grew. She paid off her debts and began living the life that previously seemed impossible. Another inspiring story is that of Daniel, who worked as a teacher and always dreamed of traveling the world, but thought this was impossible with the salary he received. He heard about the practice of gratitude as a wealth multiplier and decided to put it into practice. Every day, he wrote down 3 things he was grateful for, even if they were small, like a good conversation with a friend or the opportunity to teach. He began to notice that, instead of focusing on what he didn't have, his mindset was shifting to seeing possibilities around him. A few months later, he was invited to give a talk at a conference, something he had never imagined happening. This opportunity opened doors for new projects, and he began working as an educational consultant, traveling to different countries, and finally living the lifestyle that previously seemed so distant. These stories prove that no matter who you are or where you are now, change is possible. What these people have in common is that they all started by reprogramming their beliefs and adopting consistent practices. The result? A transformation that not only brought more money, but also more freedom, confidence, and purpose to their lives. The question you must ask now is, why can't these stories be yours? If other people could do it, why not you? The only difference between those who reach this level of transformation and those who don't is the commitment to apply what they learned every day without giving up. The time has come to decide. Everything you've learned here today isn't just information. It's the key to opening the doors to the unlimited wealth you deserve. But knowledge alone doesn't change anything. The difference between living the life you want and staying in the same place is taking action. Start today, even if it's just one small step. Visualize your life of abundance. Repeat your affirmations with emotion. Practice gratitude with intention. Every day you dedicate to these practices is one day closer to turning your dreams into reality. Remember, wealth is already at your disposal, waiting for you to give it permission to flow your way. So, ask yourself, what can I do now to start this process? The answer is within you. The only thing left is to act. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. Start today, because your future of abundance is waiting for you.